Hello everybody, Jace coming to you live from the floor of New York Comic Con. Love the energy here. I'm with Bear Walker. We're going to talk a little bit about the crossover of skate culture and comics, but for any of our viewers, that are mostly into comics, maybe not into skating, why don't you introduce yourself? I mean, you guys don't realize this man is huge in the world of skating.
Thanks, man.
So thanks for taking the time, but give everybody a quick intro.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Bear Walker. I specialize in like high-end custom collectibles, skateboards and other stuff, but mostly skateboards. And we're here at New York Comic Con, so it's awesome.
And I love the crossover. You're talking about like skate culture. It's become so mainstream. But I mean, you do Yu-Gi-Oh decks. You do you just all kind. Last Airbender, that kind of stuff. And now you're diving into the world of DC. So
yeah.
Did you grow up reading comics? And you're a fan of a lot of these things, not just skating, right?
Yeah. Well, so like I don't know. I grew up going to movies since I was a baby with my grandpa. Started reading comics with my dad. Like pop culture has always been like a super heavy part of my life. But I also grew up surfing and skating and building homes, so it's like I got to fuse my love for skateboarding, woodworking, and pop culture by doing this, and now I get to nerd out with people about it and try to make stuff that like I would have wanted when I was a kid and that I can get now,
So when you started, obviously you started building these high-end skateboards and what have you first, and then where did you take the journey to be like, hey, I do want to bring in the culture, I do want to bring in Yu-Gi-Oh, I do want to bring in DC, I do want to bring in Last Airbender.
Yeah.
But did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you? It's just amazing because again, that crossover of giving people, meet them where they are. I love skating, I love DC, or I love Yu-Gi-Oh and I love skating, and we can mix those together. So give us a little background on how it kind of came together that you were able to kind of mix these different genres.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do this, but it's really hard to get in the door with a lot of these companies.
Right, exactly.
So I really started out doing like fan art, so it's like a lot of this really started like during the Infinity Saga for Marvel. So like, a new Marvel movie coming out, and I'd make my version of what I thought a cool board for that would be. And that actually started grabbing the attention of a lot of the actors in these movies. And so then they started ordering customs. I would send it to them and they'd post with it, and I started getting more of a following. And that gave me a little bit more of a bargaining chip to talk to these companies and get them to do an official collaboration with me. So like all this is stuff that I've always wanted to do. I'm just now allowed to do it, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, is this like a bucket list thing?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we got Batman, we got Joker, we got Mr. Freeze. I mean, that's amazing.
Well, this is Batman, obviously, but Flashpoint is one of my favorite comic book arts.
Okay.
So like having the chance to work with DC has always been on the bucket list. But I thought a good like point of entry would be just doing some classic Batman and villains, and then we got big plans for the expansion of this line as we move on with the collaboration.
So let's talk a little bit about your fans, and like I said, meeting them where they are. I mean, skating is so urban, but like I said, it's become more more mainstream. Comics obviously has become more mainstream than when we were kids growing up reading.
For sure.
It. So what's the response been like? When you dip into a new property like DC or Yu-Gi-Oh, or I mean, you just all of a sudden can you feel that influx of new fans that are fans of those properties?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. That's where I've been really fortunate where my business and my art is very organic. Like I just create what I love, and then I get a lot of comments of people being like, oh, you should make this next, you should make that next, and then when I get a bunch of the same comments saying what I should make and it resonates with what I enjoy, it's like, that's the next route I should take, so it's like, even with this, now that we're launching Batman, we're going to get comments of like, oh, you should do Flash, or you should do Green Lantern, so it's like, there's so much interactivity with me and my fan base, which is so cool, because now I get to get like immediate feedback on what they would enjoy, and then see what I can come up with like really cool ideas for.
And I guess it feeds the passion, right? Like you're always trying new things. Hey, how am I gonna, display this kind of art on a board or do that sort of thing?
No, for sure. Well, I mean, and the cool thing about all this is it sparks conversation. So it's not just like, oh, a lot of people want Green Lantern, I should do a Green Lantern. It's like, oh, cool, well, let's see, what would be like good fan service to Green Lantern? Maybe I should do like a Green Lantern core blind box, or do like all the different color rings and have like where you're pulling, hope or fear or whatever,
This guy
like
knows his comic stuff. He's not just
for sure.
He knows about all the colors and all the rings. That's awesome. But again, I think it's like being at a con like this, you just feel that energy.
Oh yeah,
the
for
fans
sure.
coming up and everything. I gotta think one of the biggest challenges for you though, because there are so many different directions you can take this, just having the time to do it, right?
Oh yeah. No, I actually have this engraved on the inside of my college ring. My ambition far exceeds my skill, so it's like I wish I could produce as much stuff that I want to make. So yeah, having having to be self-controlled and just like pick a thing and stick with it. That part's not difficult, but like having to pick one thing and stick with it and not do 50 things, get overwhelmed, and then not do any of them good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know, I have to every once in a while just make a board for myself just to like stay in the zone, you know? But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I'm like doing these really big projects that like young me would be freaking out over. So like stay focused, you know, focus on making really cool stuff and then see where it takes me.
Well, congrats, Bear. It's great meeting you. Congrats on all the success, man.
Thank you,
I love it
man.
when good things happen to good people, and you can tell Bear is a great guy.
Appreciate you, bud.
Why don't you let everybody know where they can follow you, you know, online and see your work and that sort of thing? Because it sounds like you love to engage with fans. So where can people find you?
Yeah, so Bear Walker Official on most social media. My website's bearwalker.com. And then we're doing a lot more conventions. So we're here at New York Comic Con. We'll be at Complex Con in a couple weeks. If you see us on the list, come say hey. I'd love to talk to you.
Great, and I'll put a link to Bear's website and social media in the show notes, everybody. So if you're having trouble finding it, just go there. So have a great con, Bear. Great meeting you.
Appreciate you.